around North America, there are tons of theme parks, amusement parks, big ones,
small ones, medium ones, and everything in between.
And they have tons of differences, number of rides, types of attractions,
locations,
scenery, stuff like that.
Stuff, yeah.
But one thing that they do have in common are lines. It doesn't matter if you go to a small little park or a huge park.
You will be waiting in a line for most of their rides and all of their attractions.
And the amount of time that you wait in these lines are dependent on a few things, but mostly by the number of people there are per day.
Yes.
So this video is all about the most busy parks in North America per day. Just a little disclaimer here. We went with 2019 numbers. We took a total year attendance for 2019.
Yeah.
Now I found 2020, 2021, 22 well, not 22 numbers. Those weren't up yet.
20 and 21.
Yeah. And I didn't want to use either of those numbers.
Yeah, because there was a pandemic. There was a pandemic, and everything would be messed up because, I mean, you know what would happen.
Yeah, so we felt like 19 was the best year to go by, so nothing was skewed at all or anything like that. So we went with the total number of people they had per year and then just divided it by the days that they were open. So, and that's how we came up with the busiest parks per day. Now, there's one honorable mention. There's a few parks that were pretty busy that were close to that top 10. But there's one that was really close, and that was Canada's Wonderland. So Canada's Wonderland is open about 164 days a year and averages 24,085 people a day.
Yes, Canada's Wonderland. And remember, this is an honorable mention, not in the top 10.
Okay, so now here we will get into the full-on top 10. And at number 10, we have our own home park, Cedar Point. Now, it's worth mentioning that Cedar Point is the only park that wasn't a 365-day-a-year park that made it on this list.
Yeah, all the other parks are open all year round.
Yeah, they're open 365 days a year.
They're open every day, all year. And Cedar Point's the only one that isn't, only open 149 days a year.
Yeah, and Cedar Point just edges out Canada's Wonderland with 24,391 guests per day. Now, that's why whenever you go to Cedar Point, you're always waiting in line for Steel Vengeance and Millennium Force and all those rides.
Because it does get very, very busy there, as you can see.
Now, a quick note. These are averages, so obviously maybe like a Tuesday might be a lot lower, and then maybe Saturdays, and that's probably the same for all these parks.
Yeah. Weekends are going to be a lot busier than weekdays.
So these are just the averages throughout the entire year.
And coming in at number 9, we're going all the way to the West Coast in Los Angeles, more specifically Hollywood. Ooh. And we have Universal Hollywood, one of a couple Universal Studios parks, but the only one that is not in Orlando. They average 25,060 guests each day.
And I was actually kind of surprised at that number because it's not that much more than Cedar Point's. And they're smack dab right in LA, the second largest city in the United States. So I would have expected that number to be a little bit higher. Maybe it's because it's not a total destination.
Yeah, like the Universal parks in Florida are very much destination parks. People are coming from all over to go there. The one in Hollywood is a bit smaller, so obviously that's not going to stop people that live there from going there. But people aren't traveling there as much as they are to the other Universal.
And coming in at number 8, we're staying over on the West Coast in LA, and we're doing Disneyland Adventure Park. Now that has 27,016 people per day. Now, I will give another disclaimer. We broke up all Disney and Universal parks.
Yeah, so it's not just Universal this many, Disney this many, because Disney especially has so many different parks. So we're doing the individual parks.
Yeah, if we just did just Disney in general, like Disney in Florida, then a lot more parks would have made it on. Like Hershey Park was in there. Kings Island was in there.
That's very close. But we are doing the separate Disney parks because they are separate parks.
Yeah, like you have to do separate admissions and that. So, and coming in at number 7, hit them with it.
Coming in at number 7, we are going to Universal Studios in Florida, and more specifically, Islands of Adventure. So Islands of Adventure averages 28,424 guests each day. Now, Islands of Adventure is part of Universal Studios, but it is its like own park. You can get a park hopper pass, which is where you can go to both parks, Universal and Islands of Adventure, but they are connected, so they're still pretty similar.
We've been there before.
Yes, we've been there before.
And
it's
we can
amazing.
we can vouch for how busy it can get.
Yes.
We went in an off time, and it was still kind of busy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stay right there in that Universal area, and instead of Islands of Adventure, we're going over to Universal Studios, and that is number 6, and that is pretty much an even 30,000 people a day. Now that just shows that there is a difference between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, because there is a difference in the amount of people that go per day.
Personally, I do like Islands of Adventure a little bit more. It's close, but I do like Islands of Adventure a little bit more. They have more, they have better like roller coasters and stuff like that.
And both of those parks are open 365 days a year, like we've said, all of these, except for Cedar Point, are. And the more recent numbers, I will say that, and the ones I didn't use, but I will point this out because did notice this, is that Islands of Adventure did overtake Universal Studios in the latest numbers that we did see. Maybe that trend since Velocicoaster, maybe that trend is going in that direction where Universal Studios will be a little bit lower than Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where that's going. But like we said before, these are 2019 numbers just to make everything an even playing field. So what is number 5?
Number 5 is Disney Hollywood Studios, which is averaging 31,300 guests each day.
A quick thing, in case you don't know about Disney, Disney Hollywood Studios is not in LA, it's down in Florida. So that might be kind of confusing for some people.
Oh, Disney Hollywood Studios. Oh, yeah, because it says Hollywood, but it's not actually in Los Angeles, which is weird, really weird. And I don't know what Disney park is where. I am not a Disney person. I'm not an expert on Disney.
You're going to notice a trend here as we get into these top parks. Number 4, we have Epcot, which is at Disney. That comes in at 34,093 people a day. And we're really getting into some big numbers here whenever you start getting into like the mid 30s. Because our home park, Cedar Point, gets really busy and at an average of 24,000 people. So you add 10,000 people on top of that, and that's a lot of these Disney parks.
Yeah, I mean, 34,000 people is a ton of people. That's a small town.
Number 3, keep on with that theme.
Number 3, you may have guessed it. It's another Disney park. It's Disney Animal Kingdom with 38,049 people.
Okay, that's just starting to get into that miserable category for us. And like we said, we've never been to these Disney parks. We're not like full on like Disney people. I would like to go. The Star Wars stuff, we're both into Star Wars. It would be nice to go. Just haven't yet. So that's number 3. Number 2, now Disney, but we're moving over to California. Disneyland in California. And that is only 2 parks. That's the Disneyland Adventure Park and Disneyland California. So that's the only 2 parks that Disney has in California. But that one, now we're seeing being in the second largest city in the United States, and Disney in California is a destination.
Yeah.
So that comes in at 51,139 people a day at that park.
That's getting into a bigger city.
Yikes.
That's crazy. Think about it. 51,000 people in one amusement park. Like I keep saying.
On average.
On average, yeah.
On average. So that means on a busy time of year, on a Saturday.
It's a lot busier than
There's
that.
probably like 3 million people in that park.
There's probably like
Crazy.
9 billion people in that park. That's just insane. So coming in at number 1 with 57,432 people.
Did you say that correctly?
Yes, 57,432 people every day on average. It is Disney Magic Kingdom.
And if you've ever been to Orlando, you'll know that the entire city is just basically Disney and Universal.
Yeah, it is very weird.
Mostly Disney.
It is.
The street exit signs are named after like
Yeah,
Disney.
the highway signs are pointing literally to so many Disney parks. It is crazy. I've never seen a city so geared towards some amusement parks that they have there.
And that's because all those parks now, granted, those parks, a lot of them, because you can buy, like we said, a park hopper at Universal Studios, you can buy a park hopper also at Disney and move from park to park. Now these are each Disney park down there is its own separate ticketed park, but you can get a park hopper. So if you do go to Magic Kingdom and you have a park hopper ticket, you can go over to Animal Kingdom and Epcot and stuff, and those will each count as a person going into the park, even though you have to leave one park to go to the other. But Magic Kingdom, it looks like everyone that goes to Disney visits Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Or not Animal Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's kind of like the main Disney park.
Oh, man.
I'm
I
pretty
always thought it
sure.
was Epcot.
No. I mean, Magic Kingdom.
That was...
Yeah, that's crazy. Over 57,000 people, and that's just on average. So busy day, just who knows. So yeah, Disney parks and I mean, it's all this whole list. 9 of the 10 are Disney or Universal parks, and the only other one is Cedar Point.
Cedar Point is really on par with those, except it's up here, where right now we're looking out a window behind you guys right there, and there's like snowflakes coming down.
It's up in Ohio, and it gets colder, so it's not open year-round. It's only open half the time as the other parks.
Yeah, less than half the time.
Yeah, less.
Less than half the time.
But it's still a destination park in the summer.
Hopefully that video was fun. Wasn't necessarily meant to be like an educational video
No,
or anything
it's just
like
a
that.
fun
Just supposed to
video.
be a fun video.
I mean, amusement parks are a big thing that people like going to. So what amusement park do people go to the most?
Thank you for watching this video. As always, we appreciate you. We appreciate all our subscribers. But if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button. And
Hit the like button.
And hit the like button, comment, share it, and we'll appreciate you even more.
And if you really wanted to be appreciated by us to the ultimate extent, you can become a channel member. Here's our list of our very great channel members right now.
And the appreciation is like very high. Like appreciation level is very high for all the members. And if you want your appreciation level to be very high,
Yeah, you guys, yeah. Maybe a little more down in here.
All you guys are great. Once again, thank you for watching our video. We'll see you guys next time on Beach Cliff Studios.